Hello. Okay, so you just heard me talking with the SRC Press Secretary, that's Marvin, and the Ghana Liberal Students Association President, Alassane Hanan. So, this is Halid Ibrahim reporting for Focus FM.
Halid, if I may take one final thing from you. Apart from the SRC and the gentleman you talked to, what's the general euphoria after students have heard this, even though it might not be officially communicated? What's the general feeling of the students?
We are actually on vacation, so most of the students are outside. They've actually gone home for vacation, so the place is virtually empty. But even though we have some students around, we have the sandwich students, we also have the distance students, and from my interaction with them, some of them felt like this whole idea was a laudable, and some too weren't happy about it, because even with the 70%, with the 70 and above grade, that's for A, some of them couldn't make it. So yeah. Hello.
Yeah, Ali, to carry on.
Yeah, some of them were complaining that they couldn't make it. It was even difficult for them to make the A grade.
Sorry, we'll try to get Alidu Ibrahim back on the line. It's 26 minutes to 8. You're still on your community watch on Focus 94.3. So let me carry on with the atta-kusi story. Even before joining the studio by the discussion panel for the very latest in respect of expert opinions into what is happening in the country and on the campus of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Carrying on with the statement by Mr. Biliwu, the General Secretary of the Ghana Journalists Association, he said he was confident the Attorney General's office, to which the case has been referred, will throw the case out because, in his view, the issue does not or does warrant the intervention of the police. The Executive Secretary of the West Africa for Media Foundation has urged patrons of press freedom to rise up against what he describes as increasing criminalization of comments by media practitioners. The story carries on to say that according to Professor Kwame Kakari, the trend does not augur well for the country's young democracy. His statement, that's atta-kusi Dazi's statement, comes Mr. Kwame Kakari's statement comes after atta-kusi Dazi, acting news editor of Joy FM, was charged under Section 208 of the Criminal Code for false publication intended to cause fear and harm. He will be prosecuted after he refused to disclose sources of a news story the station aired a few days ago, in which it was reported that members of the Ghana Real Estate Development Agency, GREDA, received threatening text messages to back down on their opposition to a $10 billion housing project the government had entered into with Korea construction firm STX. This is what atta-kusi Dazi said to Joy Nana. Okay, let's get to Alidu Ibrahim before we come back to this. Okay, Alidu, very sorry again, but you were wrapping up for us.
Yeah, as I was saying, upon my interaction with some students on campus, that's the distance and the sandwich, some of them weren't in support of it, because really with a 70 and above for A, they couldn't even make it. And in the case whereby they want to raise it from 80 and above. So they are somehow complaining. And talking to the other section of the students, some of them were happy because they felt like to raise the standard of the school, so which means second class upper will be very, very valuable. You know, this is a case whereby right now there are so many people who get first class. They went like so many people get first class. So if they raise the standard, they believe just some few people get a first class, and second class upper will be very, very valuable.
Okay, do you have the press secretary still with you?
Well, he just left.
Okay. Thank you very much. Anyway, I'm sure that should be all from Alidu Ibrahim. It's 23 minutes to 8. You're still on your community watch on Focus 94.3. Let's listen to atta-kusi Dazi in an interview with Joy FM.
I was called to the police headquarters last week. I answered a few questions. They asked me to name the source of the story. I said I won't, and I was given a provisional charge. They just asked for the source. I said, and I wouldn't name our sources. And so they let me go, and I went back, and then I was told that I was going to be formally charged with the offense and will be arraigned before court soon.
So you have been charged because you have refused to name your source?
Precisely, yes. You can say that.
Maybe we want to take a playback of this particular word from atta-kusi Dazi.
I was called to the police headquarters last week. I answered a few questions. They asked me to name the source of the story. I said I won't, and I was given a provisional charge. They just asked for the source, I said, and I wouldn't name our sources. And so they let me go, and I went back, and then I was told that I was going to be formally charged with the offense and will be arraigned before court soon.
So you have been charged because you have refused to name your source?
Precisely, yes. You can say that.
Police have also come up with an explanation as to why Atuku Dati was called and why the prosecution.
Following the story by yours that some greater members suffered some form of death threat regarding their stand on the SCX issue, the police, as a public institution, mandated with the maintenance of law and order, protection of life and property, decided that one, we are interested in this country, and that we should try as much as possible. If that story might be true, we should be able to go into it. So based on that logic, the police invited some officials of.
Okay, so that was DSP Kwasifori, the Director for the Public Relations of the Ghana Police Service. And this is still your Community Watch on Focus 94.3. Okay, so in a short while, I should be joined by Rashidi Tuya Georgia J. And the rest of the crew, talk of Adadi Kokubuafo, to be in here to discuss with us some of the issues that have come up here on your Community Watch on Focus 943. But by way of information, in the University of Ghana, there's been no official communication to the student body about the upward review of the grading system in the university. And also by way of information, I just thought this might interest you. But if you care to know, a BBC report suggests that breast sucking by men and women can reduce the risk of developing breast cancer for both sexes, and this is generating mixed reaction from the public. Just by way of information, it's still your Community Watch on Focus 94.3, 20 minutes to 8. Okay, you're welcome back. This is still your Community Watch on Focus 94.3, 15 minutes to 8. Here in the studios, here at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. The Minister of Health, Dr. Benjamin Kumbo, is to brief Parliament on the specific chemical composition and category of the H1N1 vaccine, according to a report by the Ghanaian Times this morning. This has become necessary because of the emerging complaints about the problems associated with the administration of the vaccine on some people. Now, Dr. Kumbo was in Parliament yesterday to brief the House on how the ministry was dealing with the problems associated with the H1N1 vaccination, following a question by Dr. Matthew Prempe, MPP, MP for Menchia. Speaking to a section of the media at the sideline of Parliament, Dr. Kumbo said the ministry had not established any clinical evidence of death resulting from the vaccination. He, however, indicated that 390 minor unexpected adverse events had been reported and effectively managed countrywide. The ministry said the side effects were mild, lasting for about 2 days, and did not need medical attention. The minister reiterated that the vaccine was safe and urged people to patronize it, adding that he himself had some effects after taking the vaccine but has become better. Dr. Kumbo said there was not a single vaccine which has been administered without side effects. This is still your Community Watch on Focus 94.3. We'll get back to the Dr. Kumbo story and the H1N1 story. But I'm joined by Kojo Owusu-Asare, who is the Vice Chairman for Publicity for the National Service Personnel Association, Ashanti Region. Good evening, thanks for joining us.
Good evening. Thank you very much, my brother.
And I hope you're doing good.
I want to thank you for this opportunity. Actually, as you said, I'm Kojo Owusu-Asare, the Vice Chairman for Publicity.
Okay, let's go ahead to, you're organizing a week celebration. What are the arrangements?
Exactly. We are having the week celebration from the 27th of July to the 1st of August. And that marks the end of our service, 1 year service. Actually, the theme for the service week is National Service in the Drive to a Better Ghana. That is the theme for the week. And we have the